have you seen... you don't watch Marvel films at all?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so obviously you know that I'm a bit of a nerd.
A bit. Well, you are. Just admit it. Be proud.
Right,
Own your shit.
I'm a big nerd. Is that what you want me to say?
Big nerd.
So I was a big fan of Marvel films in the first 10 years. So when they started with like Incredible Hulk and Iron Man and all that, and it culminated with the Avengers Endgame. I'm sure you know Tony died at the end of them. Iron Man, when he clicked his fingers. You've probably seen the clip. You don't know at all?
No. Thanks for spoiling it. No, I'm never going to watch it.
Oh, okay. You were never going to watch any Marvel film. Anyway, back then, people were critical of them because they were like, every Marvel film serves to just set up the next one. Like, they don't feel like their own thing, which I disagree with. You know, Winter Soldier was an absolutely amazing film. The first Avengers film was incredible. Even Endgame and Infinity War, they were very good films. Black Panther, the first one, was decent. The first 10 years of Marvel were, for my money, really, really good. And it culminated with like a big payoff. You know, Thanos finally gets defeated. It was a 10-year storyline. Everybody was so invested. And then after that, I don't know what happened. Marvel stuck their own heads up their own asses. For whatever reason, they started flooding Disney Plus with short stories, like releasing Loki, Miss Marvel, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It was just everywhere. It's too much Marvel everywhere. You know, when there's too much of something, you're like, can you relax?
Yeah.
So and the films have been going downhill really badly. The only one that was good, and it was because it was co-produced by Sony, was Spider-Man. Everybody enjoyed Spider-Man. I think you saw it as well. You said when you saw the 3 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Everyone enjoyed it. Other than that, they've all been dog shit. The latest one is called The Marvels, which I had the displeasure of watching.
Did you go to cinema and watch it as well?
Yeah. I went on my own as well because I knew nobody else was going to go to watch it.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I knew nobody else was going to watch it.
When did you go?
In the morning the other day. I had some free time.
Morning, you know. Who goes to the cinema in the morning?
I was sitting and I was like...
That is atrocious.
Yeah, I had done my workout and I was like, my body really aches right now. But I don't really want to sit here. I was going to probably try working out again because I'm doing a workout challenge right now. And I was like, let me go sit in the cinema because that's where I can sit still. You know, I'm a bit of a fidgety person. And
I don't think you are.
No, in terms of like, I always have to be doing something.
Oh, okay.
You know, I will film Midnight Rubbish, I'll go edit it, then I'll work out, then I'll sleep, then I'll wake up, then I'll work out, then I'll start work. I'm always doing something. So if I'm sitting there with nothing to do, I've got to find something to do. Anyway, so I go to watch the Marvel. It was absolute dog shit. I recommend that film to nobody. Nobody. Worst MCU, well, don't know if it's as bad as Eternals, but it's pretty bad. Anyway, this Marvel film had the worst opening of all Marvel films in the MCU. So in the 12 to 13 years the MCU's been around, this is the lowest. Now people are blaming that on the fact that it's an all-female superhero film. And I will say, yes, that is one of the reasons. Why? Because superhero films, whether you believe it or not, are catered to men. Men like superhero films. They are the overwhelming majority of people that go to watch them. Now, I'm not saying that women don't, because I've been to Comic-Con. I see all the girls walking around. Women are way more invested now in nerd culture than they were ever before. But predominantly, superhero films are enjoyed by men. And do you know how I know that? Because if women enjoyed superhero films as much as we do, that film wouldn't have bombed at the box office. But instead, that film did absolutely terrible at the box office because the people that go to watch them are people like me. And people like me don't like dog shit like that. But of course, people try to blame it on misogyny, saying boys hate this. But wouldn't it stand to reason that women also hate it? Because ain't you guys 50% of the population? If you were also supportive of these female-led superhero films, would they bomb at the box office? How could they? Because you're all going to watch them. Right? The same way we go to support Captain America or we go to support Spider-Man, why are you not supporting the Marvels?
It's the same with sport though as well, like football.
Exactly.
Basketball.
The WNBA is watched by precisely nobody and NBA is watched by everybody, women included. If you want the women in those sports to get paid as much as we do, watch their sports. Instead of looking at reality, they blame men for it.
Yeah, instead of complaining, do something about it.
Let me give you an example, right? Something that this is irrefutable. 50 Shades of Grey and Twilight. Who are those catered towards? Who are they catered towards? Women, right? Now, I've seen Twilight because I was dragged to watch it like most men.
By a woman, I bet.
By a woman. Because at the time I was in a relationship And she dragged me to watch it, and all the other men in there, I could see the sour look on their faces. None of us wants to be there, but that film, that series' success, and 50 Shades Grey success was driven because there's a lot of female interest. Now, in those films, both Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey, the woman is like the damsel in distress almost, right?
Yeah.
And women, for no matter what they want to say, the highest grossing films, the most popular films usually have this big strong guy at the helm, or this dominant personality, or this rich dude, and the girl's like, oh, spank me, or whatever's going on. In Twilight, she's there getting tossed between a werewolf and a vampire, right? She's not the big strong badass in the show. It's the vampires and the werewolves around her, which are predominantly men, right? The one she's in between two people that love her. Those are the films that do well, and they do well because you go to support them. You don't support the Marvels because you don't give a fuck about them. But when the Marvels fails, you blame men. Exactly how does that work? Do we shackle you to your beds when superhero films come out that are all female? Women that speak on this piss me off so much because they make out like men control everything. No one told you can't go to the cinema. This is the first world. You're free to go wherever you want. Support whatever film you want. Now, I'm going to play you a TikTok of this girl talking out of her ass. Okay. Literally talking out of her ass. I want to get your thoughts on it. Now, even though you don't watch superhero films, you understand that reality TV like the Kardashians... You understand that it's driven by female viewership. Mm-hmm. Just the same way I understand that when I was growing up, something like Robot Wars was watched by who? Boys.
Can I ask you a question? So in this Marvel's movie, who's in it?
Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and this, I keep forgetting her name. She is another character from WandaVision. This black chick, and she's also got powers. And basically in the film, there's the villain is also a female, the most unforgettable villain in history. Is
it like just female versions of the male superheroes? Or is it already existing superheroes? Like, for example, if they'd done a film and it had like Catwoman, Wonder Woman and all of them sorts of people, more people would probably watch it because they're well-established superheroes, if you want to call it that matches up to, say, like Spider-Man, Batman.
I would say Captain Marvel is,
whereas
not the others.
Yeah, like creating this concept sounds like they've just tried to create something just for the sake of creating something for women, and then that's why the response is not as
well. The thing is, the first Wonder Woman film was really good. The second one was dog shit, but the first one was really, really good. I really enjoyed it, and Wonder Woman was the badass in it, and the damsel in distress, I guess, in this, even though he kind of went out a hero, was the guy. And the film was really well done. I couldn't shit on it. There was nothing to really shit on. But in this film, it's not so much that they're not taking the piss out of men so much in this. It's just poor writing. Really, it's really unfunny, and it's very uninteresting characters. And the problem is, it's very hard. I'll admit, it's very hard to make female characters appealing to men, for them to go to the cinema and watch it. They usually, I hate to say it, but you look at all the most successful superhero films, the female characters in it tend to be like support characters. Like Catwoman. Catwoman's a support character.
You know what it is? Sorry, was you finished?
No, go on. I can go on about this all day.
It's just like the actual concept and storyline more so seems like something men would enjoy anyway. So it's not even the fact that it's just because it's men superheroes. It's more so, I mean, I don't want to speak because I might get grilled of women saying, women enjoy it as well. Yeah, granted they do, but it's a lot more like more women would enjoy Keeping Up with the Kardashians than men.
100%.
It's the same way men might enjoy more actiony movies as opposed to chick flicks, rom-coms, which is going to be more for women. So it's just it's more the genre, as well as I don't even think it's to do with the fact that the superheroes are played by men. Yes,
the genre is populated by the people that watch it are men. It's like Dragon Ball Z, for example, right?
Okay, I think I've confused my point.
No, I understood what you were saying. But look at Dragon Ball Z. All the big fights in it, all the villains are male.
Yeah.
I think there's one female villain, and they did it quite well, but all the big villains in it are male, and all the heroes in it are male. And guess what? Dragon Ball Z has been the most popular anime for most of the time that I've been alive. Now, what do you think would happen if they switched Goku out with a Goku? or some woman, some female version.
It changes the whole thing. It just changes everything about it, the whole dynamic.
And it's not
the
to
whole
say
narrative, and
it's not to say female-led action things are not going to sell well. There's a game called Bayonetta I love. They did it so well. Now people say, oh, it's because it's hypersexualized, and I'm like, yeah, well, in that medium where the consumer base is predominantly male, you're going to create things that men like looking at and like playing. Now the character in that game is like a female version of this other character called Dante, but she is her own person. Her ability is basically her hair goes all over her body, because it's another life form, and when she wants to use it, obviously it all comes off, so she's butt naked.
Yeah.
Big demon comes out. It's really cool. Obviously it's hypersexualized. Now I remember when it came out, the feminists went absolutely fucking crazy. Do you want to know something funny?
go on.
Bayonetta was created by a woman, but none of them paid attention to that, because that woman knew what men were into. Now I don't want to digress too much. I want to show you this clip.
I just want to backtrack on what I said though, because I was there like, oh, it's the genre, but
It is the genre.
it is correct, but this film with the women superheroes is still the same genre, so it makes
Yeah.
my point invalid.
No, your point's not invalid, because the genre is watched by men, and they
Yeah.
made something that men are not interested in. If you're going to make a superhero film, you can make a female-led superhero film, but you got to be really careful how you do it, because that's not the target audience. When you make a rom-com, you're making it with women in mind, because they know who goes to watch it. Men don't
Yeah.
watch rom-coms.
But also, for example, you said you liked the first original Wonder Woman, and you're a man, and you've still watched a superhero movie that's the main character's a woman, and it's not an issue.
Yeah, because they crafted
Yeah.
the story very well. It was done in World War II. I love war films. If you go through my watched films in the last 10 days, it's all war films. So it's in a war setting, but then you also have Wonder Woman. But she's not like pretentious and like, oh, I hate men and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
like, all that nonsense. Anyway, I want you to listen to what this dumbass is saying, and let me know what you think.
Okay.
Examples of men not being able to handle being subjected to content that caters to women, even though women every single day have to endure content only made for men. The first category is just when they have to
Okay, so we're 7 seconds in. Who is telling you to endure our content? I'm sorry, has someone strapped a bomb to your chest and said, go to the cinema and watch Jurassic Park? Like, who has told you to watch it?
Because I don't.
Sabi don't.
I don't.
I could scream bloody murder to say, Sabi, come and watch Batman with me.
Absolutely
If you ain't
not.
gonna watch it, don't fucking play the victim. You watch what you want to watch. And if your films fail, that's your fault. You have arms and legs and you have eyes. Go to the cinema, pay your hard-earned money, because you have the right to work now as well and vote and whatever, even though some of you pretend like you don't, and watch the film. Now, I know where this is going to go, because I've seen the beginning of it. And I'm just going to say, I know she's going to bring up Barbie, which is a terrible film to bring up. Because that film, although it says Barbie, that film was clearly made for all audiences. Do you want to know why? Because the person that stole that show was Ken. Ken was the most memorable character in that show, and the themes and the topics in that show are for both genders. Now, yeah, there's some scenes in that film that are definitely catered for women and women, female empowerment, but the way they did that film and the reason it resonated so much with people is because they told the story in a way where everyone's like, yeah, I can get down with this. This is a female-led film, but I can get down with this. It's funny. It's not in your face like, you're shit, you ain't shit, men ain't shit. Those films don't do well. And they don't do well not because of men, because you guys don't like them either. Otherwise, you know, you're 50% of the population, you would go and watch them, but you don't.
start seeing something made for women too much. And the obvious example is the Barbie movie. They were just so annoyed that Barbie was everywhere. They could not escape it, and that like people were talking about it more than Oppenheimer. This applies to any women-centric content that just becomes so popular that men have to start to hear about.
That's not true. That's not true. Now, do you remember when Barbie came out? I wasn't pressed that it was everywhere. I was like, it's Barbie, of course. It's massive. It's the biggest doll in the world. I know it's going to be everywhere. And I didn't want to watch it. Do you remember? I said, we need to watch it because we need to do a reaction because everyone's like having an opinion on it.
Yeah.
And I watched it. I went in there with the intention to hate it. I wanted to, but I couldn't. It was a great film. I really enjoyed Barbie. I've seen it 3 times now. And every single time I find myself laughing. As a matter of fact, I think I enjoyed it more than you did.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not really my kind of film, that.
Yeah, I took my mum to watch it. She didn't laugh at all.
Really?
Yeah, she really didn't like it. I don't think she understood a lot of the things they were talking about. Me and my friend,
So you watched it more than once?
I watched it 3 times in the cinema.
Wow, you loved it.
I loved it. I thought it was such a good film.
Wow.
Such a good film.
Barbie, 3 times.
It was-
Michael,
yeah,
same sentence.
Yeah, it was genuinely funny. The musical score was really good in it. And you know the part where I'll never forget, because me and my friend Anaja was basically spat our water up. You know when she's going up to the Ken Casablanca or whatever, and he shouts Sublime. I spat my water everywhere. Every time I see that scene, I start cracking up.
Why?
I even bought the Ken Enough. The Ken
what?
Enough hoodie. You know the hoodie was wearing it says I'm Ken Enough. Or Ken Enough. However they say it.
I don't remember it that much, but saying that I didn't watch it 3 times.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good film. So she's full of shit. People weren't upset that it did better than Oppenheimer. I watched both of them. I admittedly I didn't really see many women in Oppenheimer, which is fine because Oppenheimer is a very dark, depressing film about the atrocities that America subjected Japan to with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and that's fine. That film, I wouldn't say it's catered towards men, but it's very obvious who's going to go watch that film. But I wasn't pressed that Barbie was getting more attention because Barbie was a good film. Completely different film. I can watch Barbie 10 times. Oppenheimer's one of those films where you watch once and you're like, that's a lot. Like, it's an intense film. That's a lot to take in. I would watch it again, but you have to give me like 5 years.
About it more than they want to. Like this guy that made his wife put money in a jar every time she mentioned Taylor Swift. This happens anytime women just start to like something, start to talk about something enough that it seeps into men's consciousness. Like when we were all joking about girl math a few months ago, they were so mad that it was so popular, it was reaching them.
I don't know what the girl math thing is, but let me just comment on the Taylor Swift thing.
You never heard of girl math?
I've heard of like girl backwards slang, but not girl math. What's girl math?
So girl math is this new trend going around where it's like, it's things that just don't make sense and you've not gained any money, but you're like girl math. So for example, I bought loads of clothes online and none of them fit, but the money's already left my account. So I've now ordered more money. Yeah, I've now ordered more clothes, so I've spent double now.
Yeah,
and both money's left my account, waiting for this order to come, and then I'm like, but I'm gonna get a refund on this, so that money's gonna come back to me. Girl math, I haven't spent any money because I've bought this now. Both money's already left my account, and I've got that money back. So it's girl math. It doesn't make sense, but girls just say it's girl math.
When you say girl math, yeah, are you saying that girls are saying this or grown women? Because if it's little girls saying it, I'm like, cool. But if it's a grown woman, then I'm going to be like, well, if your husband takes away your bank card and controls your finances, would you be surprised?
No, but it's more of a joke. It's not a serious thing.
Well,
like I say it to my sister. I'll do something dumb and I'll be like, girl math. Let me just show you a video just as an example.
So I bought this purse for $38, which means it was $30. Round down, not up. Girl math.
I spent $200. You see the point? Because it wasn't £40 and it was 38, she spent 30 because.
Okay, well, so girl maths is basically just retards.
Yeah,
they're just retards. That's fine.
I spent $200 at one store, but all the other stores we walked into, I didn't buy anything. So when you spread it out, that was good. You saved money. I saved money because I walked out of Zara not buying anything. Yeah, girl math. We went to Sephora and the lady at the cash said that if I spend $20, then I get 500 points, which is $10 off my next purchase. So I made money. Girl math. I bought $20 in scratch tickets and I won $70. So I made $70. Yeah, you made 70, not 50. No, because it was cash. No, so it was free. Girl math. Girl math.
Do you see what I mean? It's clearly a joke. It's just dumb, but it is a thing. And it, like, even I'm going to send this to you because I can't screen record it. Even I do it sometimes. Like, I'll do something so dumb, I'll be like, girl math.
Okay, is the joke derived from truth, though? Do you walk into a shop and see something that says £34, so really it's 30? Okay. Do girls actually do that?
No, but okay, so it's a concept of, have you ever had like a £20 note? Yeah. You break this £20 note. No. You don't have £20 no more. Like, you don't have any money anymore because you've broken it now.
No, I put it in my jar. You saw my jar in my room. I've got loads of coins in there.
I didn't see your jar.
You didn't see my jaw?
I didn't see your jaw.
My jaw is like the coolest thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, maybe you should show me.
Don't touch my jaw. If I break my £20, I still have £20. I've just broken it into pieces. And then I put it into my jaw. So I still have £20. Also, are girls not... Okay, so girls ain't good with money.
Don't know, but like it is that whole concept of, oh, if you spend this amount of money, you can get... Like if you buy 2, get 3. So really, buying 1 would cost £5, but you can get 3 for £10. You think, oh my God, that was such a good deal because I've got 3. No, you've just spent an extra £5 that you didn't need to spend because you only needed 1. But girl math, you think you've done something good because you've got 3.
Is it just because they can't do maths?
No, it's just taking the piss.
Out of themselves?
So it's like a girl's way of making an excuse to do something that they know is wrong. So I know I shouldn't have spent this money, but I'm going to use girl math as my excuse to make it make sense when it doesn't make sense. Does that make sense now?
I mean, yeah, your explanation makes sense. The logic behind it makes no sense.
It's just girls feeling guilty for spending their money and trying to justify it. Girl math.
Why not just live with the fact that you suck with finances anyway?
Because that's no fun.
I know, girls don't like engaging in reality, do they?
Don't know.
You don't know?
Don't know.
No, what, are you trans?
Sorry?
Are you trans?
No, but I
You're a
just
girl.
I can't speak for every girl. We're
I'm
all
asking you.
different. What, we don't like living in reality?
Yeah.
No, I like living in my own fantasy world.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can control what happens. You know what I mean?
Can't though. Anyway, what I was going to say is that now I know about girl maths, but that Taylor Swift comment that he made, where he's like, he makes his wife put money in the jar every time she makes a comment about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
On the surface, to people that don't know about Taylor Swift's fans, that might seem like, why is he doing that? I'm probably going to catch some flack for this because I know how batshit crazy they are. But Taylor Swift's fans are batshit crazy. They are the most rabid fan base next to BTS. Taylor Swift and BTS fans, I have never seen anything like it. I think I've got a better chance of surviving in a pack of roadman in Peckham than I do a swarm of Taylor Swift fans. They are crazy. So if she's anything like the Swifties, I think that's what they call them, then yeah, he's probably trying to like get that evil out of her. I've never seen a fan base like that in my life.
Another category is when something men see as being made for them starts to be a little less made for them. Like when they made this female-centric Marvel movie and they lost their minds. They just think every piece of content should be geared towards them. Pro tips for launching successful movie geared towards guys. This is how they reacted when there was a female lead of a Marvel movie, which women also watch. This girl just went to see the movie and this person...
So that... what's her name again? Black Widow.
Yeah.
She was in her own film. It did decent. It was all right, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. The only thing I didn't like is I didn't like what they did to Taskmaster, but that's like a personal gripe. But overall, it was good. And I like Scarlett Johansson as an actress. I'll watch her films. I think she's a good actress. I don't like Brie Larson. And a lot of people don't like Brie Larson, women included. And I'm not particularly interested in Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. And I'm not interested in the other woman. I don't even know what her name is. That's how much I care. Those characters are uninteresting. They're boring characters. Now, if they made a film about Hela, I would go and watch that because Hela's an interesting character. I think the woman that plays her is Kate Blanchett or something like that. But she's a great actress. I would watch her film. There's loads of actresses that could take up a superhero mantle and I'll go and watch it. If the character's interesting. Captain Marvel's not interesting. Even in the comics, people don't like Captain Marvel. There's a whole comic called Civil War, and they did it in the films of Captain America and Iron Man where they clash. And in the comics, they do Civil War Part 2. And throughout that whole story, I wanted to tear my hair out because of her. They even like her in the source material. They're not going to like her on the screen. And to make matters worse, Brie Larson is not a likable person. So you got a shit character and an actress people don't like. What do you think is going to happen? This film would not have bombed if people like this woman went and watched it, but she didn't. She didn't watch it. Women don't care about this bullshit. Do you know what they do care about? They care about Chris Evans being Captain America, about Tom Holland being Spider-Man, and about Chris Hemsworth being Thor. They don't want to see some female Thor. They don't want to see some female Captain America. I guarantee. Do you know what? Oh my God, I almost fucking forgot. Before we continue watching this, I'll put it on the screen because I already know what it is. Do you know who the Silver Surfer is?
No.
The Silver Surfer is a really, really, really important character in the Fantastic Four. Really important character. And they've turned him into a woman. I saw it online today. Female Silver Surfer
Are they creating a new Fantastic Four then?
Yeah, new Fantastic Four. And it says Silver Surfer will now be female. The Silver Surfer. The thing is, with the Silver Surfer character, there's loads of heralds. That's what they're called. There's the Silver Surfer and there's other ones like him. If they'd chosen another one and said that's a female one, cool. But why did you choose the Silver Surfer?
But why do they just keep changing everything? Just keep things original and create new content with whatever characters you want to create. I just don't understand changing something that was already once good. Because I tell you something, it's not actually going to make more people enjoy it. They think they're onto something, but it's the total opposite.
You're going to go bankrupt. You had a winning formula. Keep it going. If women enjoyed this stuff and it was doing well, I couldn't stand here and talk shit. And now you're going to say the first Captain Marvel film did $1 billion. And I can tell you why. It was in between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. We were told that this was required reading. And it came out at a time where Marvel's popularity was as insane as anything I've ever seen in the cinema. There was nothing that could touch Marvel at that point. And at their peak, they released Captain Marvel. And they told us you need to see this film to understand what happens in the final chapter. That's why it did well. The reason it's not doing well now is because nobody actually gives a shit about that character. Captain Marvel, the first film, was a dog shit film. It was boring. She's not a character. You know, people like superheroes that struggle. Like, you watch a superhero struggle through their day-to-day life and they struggle to beat the villain. And they struggle to come to terms with who they are. And then you finally get to see them overcome. And that's what makes a hero. Not even just ones with superpowers. I was watching a Denzel Washington film the other day where he was in a tank and he accidentally killed his friends in another tank because he thought it was an enemy. And throughout the whole film, he's got a drinking problem and he's depressed. And he's also trying to find out if this woman is a war hero. And you watch him on all his downs, but he's still chasing the story. And at the end, he finally gets the story right. And the woman is given the Medal of Honor. She was the first woman to pilot a plane in Iraq while there was some sort of fighting going on. And you watch him like go through trials and tribulations. That's what people enjoy watching. But with Captain Marvel, she's just born great. And she can just kick your ass. And you have to like her because we said so. People don't like stories like that. They're boring. And then she's a boring character. There's no other way to put it.
Tweeted at her, calling her fat and ugly. The same thing happened when they tried to put women in the Ghostbusters movie. Again, it doesn't matter if people think these movies are good or not. They were mad that they were made.
No. Now, I don't know if you've seen the original Ghostbusters. The one back in the day. That's required watching. But the original Ghostbusters, the first one specifically, is like a cult classic. Everybody loves that film. It's one of those films that you put on at Christmas or Halloween and everybody can watch it and enjoy it. In 2016, they decided to recast the entire Ghostbusters with just women. And if you go and watch the original Ghostbusters, the story's told in a really, really cool way. And they don't spend a lot of time trying to drive a point home. But when you go and watch the female Ghostbusters film, they are like trying to hammer jokes down your throat. You know when they're trying to force it? It's not organic.
Yeah.
I laugh. I'm funny. I'm a woman. Laugh. It's not funny. No one believes you. And everything in that film is contrived and annoying. The film was shit. And guess what? The film bombed. Do you know why it bombed? Because just like men, women don't care either. If you're saying that these films all do well because men go and support them because of misogyny, then where are the women? Are you saying that you're strapped to our bedsides? That you're just there to feed us and give us babies? I don't understand this victim mentality. Doesn't make any sense to me. Do I have some sort of control over what films you watch, Sab?
Well, if I want to get in group chats, yes.
Okay, yeah, well, that's to gain membership to the boys club. We're making her watch Attack on Titan right now. You watched the first episode. It was good, right?
First two.
First two were good, right?
Yeah, I have actually been wanting to watch the rest, genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll watch them. But I'm not forcing you, right? I mean,
No.
well, we initially...
that was forced.
Yeah, initially we did.
Yeah,
But
but
we said to her, if you don't like it after you've seen the first episode, cool.
yeah.
She watched
But
episode
there's
2.
been a lot of films that you want me to watch and I've said no, and you're not like, you're gonna fucking watch it.
There's one that you're going to watch.
Last Samurai.
Yes. We are watching Last Samurai.
So you're proving your own point that you're forcing me to do something.
No, I'm not going to force you, but I would appreciate if you did.
Okay.
I can't force you.
Fair.
Would you want me to grab your neck and pin you down?
Yeah.
This is the most ridiculous example, but I think it still applies. There were men who were mad that the brown M&M was being remade to be less sexy, less appealing to men. Like, why do the M&Ms have to cater to male gaze? They're just like, if my eyes have to see the brown M&M, she should be dressing for me.
It's a fucking M&M.
I don't know what the hell she's talking about
It's
there.
an M&M. It's a chocolate.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the M&M situation. I can't comment on that, but just based off her other lies, I'm going to say she's lying. I don't know what she's going on about, the M&M thing. I have no idea. But she's lied about every other thing. She's got every other thing wrong. So I'm guessing she's probably come up with some bullshit there as well.
The issue is not that sports bars play sports. It's that male content is so omnipresent. The infrastructure is so readily available that you're always seeing content made for you that men cannot handle when content made for women comes across their TV, comes across their For You page. They act like babies.
That's a load of bullshit. There's loads of content that are made for women that I don't pay attention to. You told me the other day you were watching some reality show.
Selling Sunset.
Yeah. Do I give you grief for that? Do I call you up and say, why the fuck are you watching that reality TV?
No, because it's great.
You can watch what you want. I don't care. But if you come into my space where it's predominantly dominated by men and you start fucking with it and saying, this is what you're supposed to like, this is what you're supposed to like, and it's also failing because the people it's aimed at don't like it, then I'm going to say, yo, why are you fucking with our stuff? What are you doing? Leave it alone. If I turned on the TV and they said to me, I don't know, Luffy's not the main character of One Piece anymore, it's this woman. A better example, more relatable to people. Pirates of the Caribbean, main character is Jack Sparrow. They want to recast it now. They were talking about Margot Robbie being the lead actress. Now, I like Margot Robbie, but I don't want her as the lead actress in Pirates of the Caribbean. I want a man at the helm, the same way that I want a man playing James Bond. I do not want a female James Bond. If there's a female James Bond, I promise you, I won't even get to the end of the trailer. Not interested.
Not even if it was like Michelle Rodriguez or something.
Who?
Or Halle Berry. What if it was Halle Berry?
No, I don't want a female James Bond. You can make a female spy film. Probably won't watch it, I'll be honest with you. But you can make a female spy film. I ain't going to say anything about it. I won't watch it. Women can go and watch it and support it. And if they do like it the same way they like Twilight, then they will do well, but they won't. I know they won't. We've seen female-led action films. There was one called The 304s or something like that. Or The 405s or some shit like that. That film bombed. It was meant to be the female version of The Expendables. No one watched it. No one cares. It's hard for people, women included, to see a 90-pound white blonde woman kicking a 300-pound man through a door. I can't get down with it.
They do it in Austin Powers.
Yeah, well, Austin Powers is a comedy. Austin Powers is a well-made film.
Yeah,
like,
of
it's
course,
tongue-in-cheek.
yeah.
But you guys don't like these films either. Okay, so stop pretending. The Marvels flopped because we all hate it. Let's just all agree on that. We all hate the Marvels. And none of us want to see it come back. None of us want to see a Marvels Part 3. It's the only reason that I went to watch it is because I've got a cinema card. I pay for it every month anyway, so I can go as many times as I want. If I wasn't paying for that, I'm not fucking giving my money.
How much is your membership?
$12.99.
When did cinema tickets become £20 a ticket?
I know, it's mad.
£20 a ticket?
You're better off getting a cinema card.
Literally.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was doing the cinema card, but then I wasn't going. I thought this is pointless. It's an extra thing. But then when you think about paying that monthly, having the unlimited movies and, you know, not having to even pay £20 to watch one film. I'd understand if that was £20 a month, but $12.99 and a ticket's £20. Yeah. I went cinema the other day, me, my mum and my sister. Why is it £60 for cinema tickets?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then you buy food and that, you spend £100.
It's actually, no female should ever complain about a cinema date anymore, because cinemas are an expensive date. They'd be better off taking you out for dinner. Yeah,
they're worse than just going for a dinner and bowling.
The amount they'd spend in the cinema as opposed to what they'd spend taking you to a posh restaurant is probably going to be equivalent. I'll be honest.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I want to show you one screenshot that I got from Twitter. So Stephen King, as everyone knows, Stephen King is the most popular horror novel. I guess he produces novels, right? He's produced so many things like It and that film where the woman straps the guy to the bed and she breaks both his ankles. He's got loads of films. Even The Boogeyman, I think, was produced by Stephen King. I respect his work. I do not respect this opinion. Look, he says some of the rejection of the Marvels may be adolescent fanboy hate. You know, yuck, girls.
I don't understand.
In another tweet, he goes, I don't go to MCU movies. Don't care for them. But I find this barely masked gloating over the low box office of the Marvels very unpleasant. Why gloat over failure? This donut doesn't go to watch the films himself, doesn't support a female-led film, and doesn't understand why we're gloating that it's failed. Do you want to know why we're gloating that it's failed? Do you want to know why I'm happy they didn't make their money back? Because Marvel has had their heads up their own asses for so long. They have pushed out so much shit that the only way we're going to get them to revert back to their glory days is if we stop supporting their bullshit. They're going to go where the money is. And they can see where the money was. The money was in their previous cast and their previous characters. The money is not in the Marvels or Brie Larson or the Eternals, any of this bullshit they keep forcing down our throats. So yeah, of course, as a comic book fan, I'm going to celebrate when these films do poorly. Why would I celebrate if they do well? If they do well, that just means I'm subjected to another 10 years of this woke nonsense. Nobody wants it. So yes, celebrate that Marvels did poorly. And if they bring more bullshit like this, it sounds like the Fantastic Four is going to have to face this fate as well, which sucks because Doctor Doom is my favorite villain. And he's a Fantastic Four villain. But if it has to fail, it has to fail. If you make Silver Surfer female, Sab, tell him.
If you make Silver Surfer female,
you best believe. I'm going to be on IMDb.
Michael's going to be on IMDb.
So is Sabi. And we are going to flame you. I'll make 10,000 accounts.
And we're going to flame you. I'll make 10,000 accounts.
Just to let you know how shit your film is.
No, I'm not. What in the alley G is this?